lovelies, I'm Ariel and this is Maven Unmasked with your November reflections and December intentions video. My golly gosh, you guys, it's December. 2016 is pretty much done. She has truly been a whirlwind. So today we're going to just take a look back on, what happened this past November of 2016. What was the energy? We did have that super moon, and we had, Thanksgiving and, all of these crazy things, the election. November has truly been its own entity. So now we're going to take a look back at, what happened in November and what we can expect for December, what intentions can we set, etc. So this session, this round of reflections and intentions, I will be using the Lumina Tarot, which is a fave of mine. I will also be using the Connected and Free Alchemist Oracle as well. Alrighty, so I invite everyone to take a deep breath with me. Alrighty, and call in your angels, your ancestors, your guides, your loved ones in spirit. Oh, alrighty, as we take a look back. So let's talk about November 1st. What happened during the month of November 2016? What lessons did we learn? What was the all-around energy? Let's get one more. Oops, no. Alrighty. And then let's pull some cards for December. What intentions can we set this December of 2016? What will be the energies surrounding us? Thank you. Alrighty. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Oh my goodness, all these core cards. Wow. All right. So first, let's have our look back on November. So the card that flew out and fell to the floor, if you didn't see it, is the Eight of Cups reversed. So this November, there was calls for action, there was calls for change, movement, letting things go, walking away, and just beginning changes and transformations, beginning new journeys. However, it seems like there was a lot of stagnation with that. A lot of us didn't really want to do that, or we would rather not look at the issues. We're going to walk away, but because we don't want to look at the issue, instead of, I've looked at the issue and I know that this is not serving me, it's not best for me, and I need to release it and walk away. You're walking away from it out of fear for not wanting to face the situation at hand. Almost like being afraid of the dark kind of thing. Next we have the King of Pentacles. And this is my little Dos Equis man here. But to me, it's totally like some of us may have, I want to say some issues with men in our lives, men in our families, fathers, boyfriends, husbands, kinds of things. Maybe those relationships were a little bit rocky in November. I also feel that this has to do with finances, and about finding new ways of income or new ways to supplement income, new strategizing. And it also feels like we were so focused on work that we weren't focused enough on home or family this November. That there was that kind of it was a tough balance. It really, really was a tough balance. So much energy focused on home, so much energy focused on work. There was no time to look within and to look at us. Trying to be all things to everybody, trying to be that strong stroke of support when really inside we may not have been as strong as we would have liked to be. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands reversed. So it was like there was some movement there, but it was very up and down. It was like November started out here and then it kind of peaked and stopped really, really early. You know, that forward movement was hindered almost in some way. And I feel like that really has to do with this Eight of Cups being reversed, not wanting to look at the issue to really heal and move forward. Very interesting, very interesting. And it seems like being pulled in so many directions that it's actually slowing us down instead of speeding us up. And the last card we have for November is the Hermit, which I think is so appropriate. We are in a 9-year, 2016 is a 9-year. We are in the year of the Hermit. And about going it alone, the endings of cycles, or what needs to be the end of a cycle. And I feel like for some of us, we may have been kind of forced into that situation. I don't want to say against our will, but beyond our control. I will say that. Very interesting. Again, it feels very much like soul searching and figuring out what's important to you, because you can't make forward momentum when you're pulled in so many different directions and the focus is all over the place. You cannot be resourceful. I mean, I understand in having your hand in different pots and multitasking, and yes, I can take a little from here and I can take a little from here and a little from here and here and make it yours, but then you become spread too thin and purpose gets lost in that, because you become so focused on the needs of pot A when you need to be focused on the needs of pots C, D, and E, and it became a mess. So let's get an oracle card to kind of tie up November for us. It also feels like once we do some more of that soul searching and have some more of that alone time, this Eight of Wands, this speed and this momentum that we've been waiting for may finally begin to pick up. We may finally be able to turn that up right. So an oracle card for our, ooh, my goodness, it's too many. For our November reflections of 2016. I feel like it's you. Fear. There was lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of fear, from, again, election results to not being able to make ends meet financially, to protests and crime and familial issues, domestic issues, issues in your relationships, fear of moving forward, this Eight of Cups reversed, fear of change. 555, the angel number 555, so significant of change. It has been everywhere. Maybe fears of having, you know, from this tower moment that some of us may have experienced this November. Very, very, very interesting. Don't be so scared out of your shoes that you can't move forward. Don't be stuck in your fear. Don't be afraid to look at your shadow. I feel like it's the most prominent message from this November. Very interesting. Alrighty. And so let us go ahead and look at our December intentions. So what can we manifest? What is going to go on this December, etc. So first we have the Knight of Wands, and this is my total rock star card. So, excuse me, it feels like we're going to not be afraid to take the bull by the horns this December. We're going to be ready to work. We're going to be ready to take action. November was a little too slow, a little too stagnant for us. Some of us, I will say, be mindful not to be reckless. to be responsible. But at the same time, don't let fear hold you back. It feels like we're trying to free ourselves, to break free. And yes, it feels like rebelling. It feels like rebelling a little bit, and just being yourself, embracing the shadow self. But again, I want to warn, also because we have the devil here, I'll get to that later, but we do have the devil in this. Embracing your shadow self, integrating your shadow self, learning and making friends with your shadow self, but not allowing your shadow self to rule you. We're talking about knowing your shadow self to free yourself from oppression and empowering yourself, not allowing your shadow self to take over in a way that you start using unhealthy ways of coping, like drugs or alcohol or physical violence, hurting yourself, you know, putting yourself in dangerous situations, things of that nature, obsessions and jealousy and anything that's toxic, harmful, addictive. But at the same time, it's do not be afraid to be free and make forward movement this December. Because the next card we have is the Nine of Cups. So lots of wishes, lots of opportunities will be coming true. It also feels like making sure that those wishes, those hopes, those dreams are balanced, and understanding what that means. And also knowing that whatever it is you wish, yes, you wish it, but you also have to put action behind those wishes, the balancing the masculine and the feminine, taking that action and knowing when to stop and to receive information from the universe, to receive from the universe, to being open to giving and receiving, to continuing that cycle. I love it. The Hermit, again, the 9 and the 9 of Cups, the end of the 9 years. So, but it feels like a very powerful time for manifesting, a very powerful time for wishing, a very powerful time for relationships and integrating that masculine and feminine energy. The next card we have is the High Priestess, one of my favorite cards in this deck. And really, really, truly work with your intuition this December. It feels like our intuitive and our manifesting energy will be so strong, and perhaps even at one of the strongest points it's been this year, because it is the end of the year. But again, we have to break through from that fear from November to be able to really enhance these manifestation powers and our intuition and our psychic abilities. It very much also feels like there's a need to work on our crown chakra this December. And what information are you receiving from the universe? Again, like with the 9 of Cups next to it, being connected to spirit, connected to the all. Understanding when a message is coming from your ego, when it's coming from spirit, when it's coming from your soul, when it's coming from your higher self, from your guides, and being able to hone in on which voice am I hearing right now. I feel like that's important to say as well. Okay. And seeing also how everything is connected together, being able to recognize the ego, being able to recognize the shadow self, being able to recognize the soul versus the higher self, etc. The next card we have is the Knight of Cups. So there may be some message that's coming to us this month of December. Remember, I've talked about receiving like a few times already in this video, so be open to receive. Also use your intuition with whatever this gift is, or this could be a person also coming into your life and bearing gifts in December. It could also potentially be, for some of us, a new romance or a new partner, a new opportunity in that kind of vein. But just make sure that you use your intuition with this. Now as I'm reading it, it's like, don't be afraid to take actions on your dreams and your hopes and your wishes, and use your intuition about the opportunities that come your way. You know, is it best for you? Okay, that you can manifest whatever, you know, it is that you want to receive in this Knight of Cups. The next card we have is the Maiden of Swords. So as we manifest or we receive whatever this gift is, it may spark a new idea in us. This is also very much a message to keep our focus, to not I don't want to say to not pay the dream so much attention, but to keep your focus on your goal. Yes, it's your dream, but you still have other things you need to do and other things you need to take care of. What can you do now, today, in the physical to help make this dream a reality? How can you express it, both from your heart and from your throat chakra as well, your creative expression, using your voice, using your words, writing, etc. It also feels like journaling may be especially well to help you keep your focus and to organize your ideas as well. And then we come back to the devil. Okay? So, it feels like, okay, I guess I'll say it this way. Be mindful. I know holiday parties, etc., New Year's Eve and other, festivities, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, Yule, whatever it is that you celebrate. If you celebrate, if you don't, maybe you're just going out, with some friends. To be mindful of those who may be trying to take advantage of your kind nature. I feel like this is also a message to be mindful of again, the coping mechanisms that we use and any addictive tendencies you may be having, or cravings for things that you may be having. To know that you can get yourself out of any situation. It's just about looking at it from a different perspective, looking at it the right way. You're not as trapped as you may think that you are. I also feel like this has to do with codependent relationships and how some of us may be facing that this month of December. So I'm learning to break away from that. Very interesting. So let's get an oracle card for us for the month of December 2016. What will be the energy surrounding us? How can we tie this all together? You guys. Thank you. Okay, let's see you two. You two want to come. You two want to come. Oh, beautiful that they're both together. Okay. Transition. So we are in a state of transition, people. Going to be transitioning into 2017 into a new cycle. We're going to start right back over at 1. We're going to be in a 1 year, the year of the magician. Change, becoming something else, shedding old shells, old skin. Being in that state of transition, you're not really here, you're not really there, you're kind of straddling two worlds. What from 2016 do you want to leave behind and what do you want to carry with you into 2017, and how can you do that? How can you finally cut the ties that need to be cut from 2016 so you don't carry them with you into 2017? And then after we make this transition, you're going to have an initiation. You will be initiated into something this December. Maybe some of you are graduating. Maybe some of you are starting, officially launching a business. Maybe some of you have been just going through a really, really rough period of transition, and it's initiating you for something. It's preparing you for something greater, for something new. I mean, think about what initiations were used for in the past, in tribal initiations. When a girl becomes a woman or a boy becomes a man, those transitions, those trials and tribulations they have to go through, whether it was jumping through fire or, having tattoos or being scarification, whatever it is, hunting the biggest beast in the jungle, whatever that initiation ritual is. It's not easy, and it's a thing that you may have some fear going through, but it's to serve a greater purpose, to show you that you are ready, that you are more prepared than you think you are for the next chapter. Very interesting. Alrighty. And I've been working with my runes, and I just want to get a rune or two for us for December. Something maybe about this transition and this initiation we'll be going through. Alrighty. Really cool. Okay. We only have 2 upright runes. So first, we have Ride Home. Okay. And this is literally about the journey of the soul, the actual transition, the actual journey itself. This is about our soul's growth and our soul's progression, the lessons that we're learning. This initiation, this transition is a lesson that will serve us well later on in life. Very interesting. I like that. And then, oh gosh, what is this one called? I can't think of the name of it at the moment. I'm still learning, please excuse me. But this is the rune about happiness and joy and victory, victory, victory. So whatever this transition is, whatever this initiation is going to be victorious. We will see the light at the end of the tunnel. We will make it through the other side, even though it may seem like it's taking forever for us to get there and we're in the dark and we're just plugging along, like hoping for some daybreak. It is coming. We will be victorious. The sun will rise again. We will have a reason to stand tall and be happy and to be joyful, to know we are protected. And also, I think it's funny that this rune landed right on top of the Maiden of Swords. So whatever this new idea, this new venture, this new way of expressing ourselves, this new focus, if we apply that new focus, we'll be victorious in this transition. We'll be victorious in this endeavor in this month of December. And I also want to say that the Ride Ho rune kind of landed in between the King of Pentacles in November and the Knight of Wands for December. So this also makes me think of having to do some journeying, some healing work on whatever this, I feel like this is male relationships, this King of Pentacles, or whatever abundance or money issues that we have been having. About that journey towards healing that and taking action on that, being freed from that in this Knight of Wands, that movement, that those issues will start to be moving, we'll be gaining some ground on them, because it feels like it's kind of stagnant. We haven't been getting anywhere with those issues as of late, but things will start to pick up and to move again. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. But it looks like December proves to be a fun month, a good month. Just look out for any addictive, obsessive, jealous behaviors. And I also want to say this kind of feels like maybe like sexual promiscuity. So be mindful of that as well. But don't forget, if you'd like a reading with me, I am doing some New Year's readings, as well as all my other wonderful readings over on my Etsy shop at 30% off with the promo code GRATITUDE between now and January 4th. So make sure you go ahead and book a reading with me, lovelies. This is the biggest sale I have had all year, and probably won't have another one this big until next year. But I'm Ariel, and this has been Maven Unmasked with your November reflections and December intentions for 2016. Wishing you all a happy, happy December, lovelies, from me to you. Love you guys. Bye.